Are you planning on hosting a holiday party for your employees this year? I think more and more companies are looking to do that, especially as it seems the economy is starting to pick up a little bit. I think it's a great way to say thank you to your team. It's also a good time for them to socialize and build a little camaraderie. But it can cost you a lot more than just a little food and drinks. It's a concept known as social host liability, and it holds the employer liable for actions taken during the event and afterwards, particularly if alcohol is being served. So I'm going to give you some ideas that you can still have a fun event, but protect yourself and your small business. So first of all, make sure that your team understands that the party is purely voluntary. You don't want to think that it's mandatory and a requirement of their work. You want them to know that it's completely voluntary. And as you're planning your menu, if you're serving alcohol, make sure you limit those salty foods. If you've ever gone to a bar, you might notice that they've got peanuts and popcorn out there. Why is that? They want you to drink more. So limit those salty foods. Also, it's a good idea to not have a self-serve bar. Either serve those drinks yourself or maybe even consider hiring a professional bartender who can tell when somebody's about to be overserved. Also, many employers are choosing maybe to offer one or two drinks for an open bar and then switch to a cash bar. That also can limit the amount of alcohol that's being consumed. Another way is to consider doing your event in the afternoon. I think people probably don't drink as much during the day, so having it in the afternoon rather than in the evening could also help limit the consumption of alcohol. If you are going to be serving alcohol, try to make sure you have designated drivers. Either have people on your team who are willing to serve that role, or make sure you have alternative transportation, perhaps Uber or a taxi in your area. You also want to close the bar an hour before the party ends. Now, close the bar and then offer coffee drinks, some desserts. That gives people a little time to work off the alcohol if they've been drinking. And most importantly, you don't want to consume alcohol yourself. Remember, you're still the leader of your company, so you want to make sure that you have good judgment and you make good decisions throughout your event. Now, one final note, social host liability laws vary state by state, so if you are going to host a party and serving alcohol, I recommend you talk to your attorney or your insurance agency just to understand what's required in your state. And by the way, have a fun event and happy holidays.